Welcome in. It is day 228, and you're speaking to the Meeples Champion. And today we're going to be going over a game that was something I'd never heard of before, something I'd never seen, but it was such a delight to get to play. This was again from one of my friends at our Monday night game night. It was a game none of us had heard of, and when it was chosen, we were all a little bit questioning, what are we running into? What's this game? What exactly are we dealing with? What we dealt with was one of the best games we've played of the year that we hadn't heard of before that night. Now, there are other games that I have heard of before the first time we played it, or that we played before that I liked more, but this one was one of those surprise hits. The game is Invictus. Now, Invictus is a battle of the gods, but they're futuristic gods. So you're dealing with the Greek gods and you're dealing with the Egyptian gods, but it's as if it's in the future, and the gods have finally decided to upgrade their acts. So they're packed with technology, with crazy futuristic armor, and the idea is it's actually a team game. Now, normally, I don't like to play co-ops or games where I have partners. I'm not huge into those games. Usually the only time I have partners is in a party game, which is something I'll do with family or for non-game group friends. But this game was fantastic. We were doing 2-on-2 battles, and the idea is that you basically all pick who you're going to be, and based on who you are, you get so much when it comes to your power level, your defense, you have your health meter, and when it's your turn, you're drawing cards, you'll be able to build up for energy amounts, you're able to use it for different types of buys, for different weapons, or defense, or speed, or health benefits. And you're just battling it out until the two team gods are wiped out. So when you're early up in the game and all of a sudden somebody dies, it's huge because suddenly now there's this huge ability for the other team to have a plus. It's 2-on-1. It's a really interesting game. It's a different style that I'm used to, but it's one that hit for me huge. I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to go into the extreme on this. I'm just going to kind of flash some pictures for you, show you some of the cards, and talk about our 7 categories. When it comes to the art, the box sold me the instant that they brought it out at the night. I was so into this box. And the art of the game was as well. I really like mythology. I'm big into that. I tend to write in my free time, and I've based a lot of my writing around Egyptian, Roman, Greek, Celtic gods. So I was really in when I saw it was god-based, mythology-based, but even more so when I saw they were taking something that would be more in the fantasy realm or mythology realm, and they were putting it into a sci-fi type ideal. That was awesome to me. I was really into that. So this was a big thumbs up. Then we're talking about what's going on with these components. So the components are primarily cards. It is packed with cards. There are some, card-like larger pieces when it comes to, say, who your god is. Now that's cardboard, but you've also got your different pieces that are the cardboard pieces that are used on it to judge, hey, where's your health meter? How are you doing on your attacks? Do you have something that struck somebody and they have to acknowledge what's going on as far as being affected currently? It's all really good components. There's not too much in the box because they tried to keep it simple, and I appreciate that. Thumbs up. Your price. This game's right in that 50 range. Now you're not going to find this everywhere. This isn't a massively available game. But if you can run into it, if you so happen to be in the board game store that is supplying it, or if you find it online, you're looking at about 50 bucks. And I think because it's a little bit harder to get a hold of this game, it's not impossible, but it's harder. And because the game is so good for its price, I would recommend if you see it to buy it on the spot. If you're into that battling style game, if you like the theme of the gods in the future, if you like a game where you can team up with a friend against a couple other friends. Otherwise, though, if you're not into that, it's still a good game. I would consider it for the price. Just give it a test try. Thumbs up. Your difficulty. The game isn't that difficult. I think it's pretty straightforward. We all picked up the game pretty quickly. It's one that I think, could a kid play? With some parental guidance, sure, but I think kids wouldn't be able to pick this up that easy. But I think a beginner could pick it up reasonably fast, and I think experienced and experts would love this game. Thumbs up. Replayability. We played at least 2 games in a row that night. We might have played 3. I'm pretty sure it was 4 of us, and I think we played as partners with each other all once. So we think we played 3 games. Doesn't take that long, maybe like 30 to 60-minute range. So I think we had one game that went pretty quick, and the other 2 were both probably like, 45 to 60 minutes, but it might have been one like 30-minute game. I thought it was extremely quick, simple, fun. I really think the replayability is there for in the same night, and it's a game that you could easily pull out in the future. You don't have to play it a bunch in a row. I don't think it's one that you necessarily use as your I can start or finish a night with it, but it's one you could fill into one of those spots depending on time. So, thumbs up. Keys to victory. What direction you want to go? Are you trying to build up your weaponry? Are you trying to build up your defense? Are you trying to build up your health meter? Are you trying to help out your partner more and be able to back them up? Are you trying to give them, are you trying to team up together on one person? Are you trying to spread out and keep them off balance? There's a lot of ways to go here. There's definitely options. Thumbs up. Unique. Is the game unique? I feel like it is. However, I am fully aware that there are many games where you have a character who has a health meter, has attack ability, has defense ability, and you can do 2-on-2 fighting. I can't name any of those for you right now because it's not a style game I normally go for, but I know that that is a style game. So, well, for me, it was a unique play. Well, the theme combination of this mythology based in the future with sci-fi to me feels very unique. Overall, I understand the game itself is not massively unique, so I will acknowledge that and give it a thumbs down. Overall, what do I think? It's a great game. It's on my list for PAX East this year. I'm going to keep my eyes out and see if I see it there. And unless I get caught off guard and it's really expensive, it's one I will consider picking up. I'm putting together a list of a bunch of games that are really an interest to me that aren't just easy buys to keep my eyes out at PAX East. And this one is in that top 10 games right now to just see where it is, find the price, and make a determination as I go. I think that if you're out at a convention or if you see it in a store and it's not too expensive, I'd recommend to either buy it or find a way to see if you can play with somebody before you buy it to see if you like the game. Well, it has been day 228. We've been speaking about the game Invictus, and you've been speaking to the Meeples Champion. Like, share, subscribe, and check down below in the description. I'll be adding an Amazon link so you can buy this game for your collection. Until next time, I'll talk to you tomorrow.